Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Benanin, and for today's video we're going to be doing a full review on the Supergoop Play Sunscreen. This is their SPF 50 Everyday Lotion with sunflower extract. I'm really excited about this one. Spoiler alert, I genuinely enjoyed this sunscreen. I will be showing you what it looks like with makeup and without makeup and who I think this is best suited for. So let's jump right into it. The active ingredients in here are avobenzone 3%, homosalate 10%, octisalate 5%, and octocrylene 7.5%. It is water resistant for up to 80 minutes, and they do say that it works for both face and body. They market this as a clean chemical sunscreen, whatever that means. Okay, so it says that it's reef safe. It says that it's not irritating, no synthetic fragrances, but it does have a fragrance in it, and it says that it's vegan and cruelty free. You guys know one of my favorite sunscreens from Supergoop, or just in general, is the Unseen sunscreen that has a more synthetic feel to it. It feels more like a primer. This one is definitely more of a lotion. It says that it's broad spectrum SPF 50 with a PA of 4+. So the sunscreen comes in a couple different sizes. They have the really mini travel size one that comes in their kit, but then their actual smallest size is this one, which is the 2.4 fluid ounces, which retails for $22. They have a size up from that, which is their standard size. It's 5.5 ounces, and that retails for $32. And then the jumbo value size, which is 18 ounces, and that is $58. Some of the other ingredients in here: flower extract, which is rich in beta carotene and helps protect your skin from external environmental elements. They have rosemary leaf extract, which is a calming effect on the skin and is rich in antioxidant. They have some other oils in here: rosewood oil, citrus or like orange peel oil. I'll list all the oils here for you. I'm not gonna read the whole list, but there's a lot of other oils in here. And also keep in mind that this does have citric acid in here as well. As far as the fragrance, you know, earlier I said that they say that it has no synthetic fragrance, but it does have fragrance to it. It has sort of like a citrusy, is it lavender? It's not lavender. It has more of like a citrusy smell to it. It's just very like refreshing. I'm not like a huge fan of having fragrances in sunscreens, but this smell isn't bad to me. Like, it's not irritating to my nose personally, so I don't mind it. I do think that the smell does dissipate the longer you wear it, but it is kind of like a stronger scent to it, so just keep that in mind. I don't personally mind the smell, but smell is subjective. So the way that I prefer to wear this sunscreen, skipped a moisturizer and then use this as my only step. For my skin, I have oily skin. Right now it's not really dehydrated like it was in the summer or in the winter. If it was dehydrated a little bit more, I would probably wear a moisturizer underneath it, but right now my skin's doing fine, so I just use this as my moisturizer. I found that the texture of it was a pretty lightweight lotion. When I initially put it on, I feel like it rubs in very quickly, which I love because ain't nobody got time to be rubbing in sunscreen for like hours. That's unnecessary. It gives you that like slight, ever so slight glow. It's not like shiny, but it will give you a little bit of a glow, which I didn't mind even on my oily skin. The texture, I would say that when you first apply it and you rub it and leave it, it will still feel a little bit kind of tacky to it. Like, not, I don't want to use the word sticky, more tacky than sticky, but a little bit sticky too. So when you pat it before it fully dries, it'll feel like that. But I found that when I let it dry after like 15 minutes, it did completely dry down for me. So I wore it for, I think on this day it was like 2.5 hours maybe. Usually I try to reapply around 2 hours. It doesn't always work out that way, especially if you're out and about, but I did reapply, and this is what it's looking like after wearing it for a while. I do look a little bit, there's a little bit of glow in my T-zones because I'm oily, but everywhere else I feel like it sank in really nicely and I wasn't looking too oily. I do like this for reapplication. It does start to feel a little bit heavy when you get to like your third reapplication, but with the second reapplication I feel like it was fine. I just blotted wiped my oils away like I always do and then reapplied over it, and reapplication was pretty easy. It didn't feel like extra heavy or anything like that. So that was the day that I wore it by itself. I also wore it with makeup. I feel like makeup applies so beautifully on top of this. It just creates a nice like smooth canvas, a nice like moisturized canvas for me, so that when I put makeup on, it looks good and it feels good and it doesn't feel like there's like an extra layer of like heaviness underneath. So I wore it with makeup for, I think this was 2 hours. And I came back and this is what I'm looking like. For me, I feel like it is kind of glowy, but it didn't look bad. It just looks like a healthy, my skin just looks healthy, you know? It's not oily, it's not dry, it's just that in between. So I really liked how this wore with makeup underneath. Would not recommend applying this over makeup. I did go ahead and give it a try, but I feel like it just picked up too much of the product and moved it around. When I reapply with a sunscreen over makeup, I want it to be like super, super light, or like more watery, I guess, and then let it dry. But this one is more like a lotion than like a water gel, so not my favorite to reapply over makeup. My overall thoughts on this and who I would recommend it for my skin, I have oily skin, and I feel like I thought I wouldn't like this for my oily thin skin. I thought it would make me look like very oily, but it didn't. Once it dries down and it gets past that like tacky stage feeling, I feel like it looks good and it feels good on my skin, and it doesn't feel like heavy. So I would recommend this for people with oily skin. If you have dry skin, like I said, I feel like it would be moisturizing enough, but I don't have dry skin, so I can't really fully say. But I will say that it does layer over other moisturizers really well, so if you needed that extra layer, that works. So honestly, I feel like this could work for pretty much all skin types, and you could like tweak it to make it work. And then for people with sensitive skin, it does have a lot of those essential oils in here, so if you're sensitive to any of that, probably skip this one. But for my skin, I didn't experience any itching, tingling, irritation, nothing like that on my skin. This does not move. So if you are someone that has the issue of like when you sweat, the sunscreen kind of goes into your eyes and makes your eyes sting, this doesn't do that for me personally. So I like that I wasn't having a ton of irritation around my eyes. I am still careful. I don't know, I feel like I've been scarred by sunscreens. I'm still careful when I apply it on my eye. Usually I just use a little bit of it and gently pat it on my eyes, but this does not move when you're like sweating. So I'm assuming when you're swimming, it also won't move. Can't say, I didn't test it out swimming, but it is water resistant, and I feel like water resistant sunscreens just tend to stay in place better. So I like that. Obviously there's no white cast, so it's black girl friendly. If you have a deeper complexion, a light complexion, it works for all the complexions. And then if you have acne prone skin like myself, I surprisingly didn't have any breakouts with this. I really thought I was gonna break out like crazy, because I was like, this is a lot of essential oils in here, and it's also a chemical sunscreen. It's got the avobenzone in there, which I feel like is hit or miss from my skin personally, but for me, I didn't experience any breakouts with this, and I was very pleasantly surprised. This is definitely one that I will repurchase. I feel like it works for your face, it'll work for your body, and it just feels really nice and light, and especially going into the summer months when some of us will be out at the beach. Hopefully I will not, because I'll be in school, but for those of you that'll be out and about at the beach, this is a really nice water resistant product, and it also works for your face and body and everywhere, and you can get it in the jumbo size if you want as well, and have it for your entire family too. So that'll be it for today's video. If you have tried the Supergoop Play and you liked it, let me know. If you tried it and you hated it, also let me know, because we don't all like the same thing. So share your opinions down in the comment section below, and also don't forget to leave your sunscreen recommendations as always. And that'll be it for today's video. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye.